I never planned to write this story. For many years, it lived only inside my chest, like a quiet light I carried from one season to the next. I am Japanese, and a long time ago I left university, left my familiar life, and flew to the United States with almost no English and a suitcase full of borrowed courage. I ended up in a small town in Connecticut, working part-time at a Japanese restaurant to pay my bills and my rent. The winters were colder than anything I had known in Japan. The snow fell in heavy silence, and the sky seemed very far away. Sometimes when I walked home after late shift, I felt completely alone in the world. And yet, that same foreign country gave me something I could never forget. It gave me a person. It gave me a love that still blooms in my memory, even decades later. This story is based on what truly happened to me there. Names and details have been changed, but the feelings are real. They belong to a younger version of me, standing in front of someone he loved but could never quite find the right English words for. It all began with a single rose. One spring afternoon, the air in Connecticut finally softened. The snow had melted, and the town was slowly coloring itself in green and light. On my way to work, I passed a small flower shop. In the window, I saw a simple display. Just a few roses in a glass vase. One of them was the softest pink I had ever seen. I stopped, hesitated, and then went inside. My English was clumsy, and my hands were shaking a little as I asked for just one rose. The woman at the counter wrapped it carefully, as if she knew it was not just a flower, but a message. After my shift started, I watched the door of the restaurant more nervously than usual. I wasn't waiting for a customer, I was waiting for her. She came in like she always did, smiling, laughing a little as she greeted the staff, her eyes bright with a kindness that made the room feel warmer. She was an American woman with an open heart, someone who never made me feel small. For my broken English, she was simply special. That day when I saw her, my heart started beating so fast I could almost hear it. I held the single pink rose in my hand, hidden behind my apron, and tried to remember the sentence I had practiced again and again the night before. When she turned toward me, I stepped forward, my throat suddenly dry. "I have something," I said, searching for words. "This is for you." I held out the rose. For a moment, she just looked at it, surprised. Then her face softened, and her smile became even more gentle. "For me?" she asked. "Yes," I said. "Because I want to learn English from you." My grammar was not perfect, my pronunciation was not perfect, but every feeling inside those simple words was true. She took the rose very carefully, as if it might break. The petals brushed against her fingers, and something in her expression changed. A quiet tenderness, a kind of understanding that doesn't need translation. "I would love to help you," she said. "Let's start with one word at a time." From that day, my world began to change. We met after my shifts, sometimes at a small cafe, sometimes just walking through town. She corrected my English gently, never laughing at my mistakes. In return, I taught her a few Japanese words, and told her stories about my home, my childhood, and my dream of becoming a writer someday. Day by day, the distance between us, language, culture, everything, grew smaller. Spring turned into summer. The nights became warmer, and sometimes when we walked together, under the wide American sky, I forgot that I was far from home. With her beside me, I felt like I had finally found a place where I belonged. I did not know then that our time together would be short. I did not know that life would pull us onto different roads, or that many years later I would still be thinking about her whenever I saw a single rose in a shop window. But this is why I finally wrote The Second Rose. It is not just a love story. It is a thank you letter to the country that welcomed me, to the people who were kind to me, and to one woman whose smile still lights my memories. And somewhere I hope she is living her own life under another sky. Happy, healthy, and maybe, just maybe, holding the memory of that first rose in her heart too.